Hey, this is Andrew with GY6 Vids. We're back again with a video series called Don't Be a Victim. I got away from posting videos on this series for a while, and it kind of started to itch at me because I realized the original purpose for me making this video series was to teach new shooters proper tactics and handling of their firearms to help them improve their skills. I think too many times, us in the gun community, as shooters and seasoned veterans in what we do, we end up doing too much and talking too little when it comes to the basics and handling of firearms. Too often people get caught up with the idea, oh, I got my concealed weapons permit, or oh, I have my gun, that's all I need. That is not the case. Knowing how to shoot your firearm properly and training yourself properly how to shoot that firearm is what matters most. Because what you're great on the range, you're going to be decent at under a high stress situation. That being said, I really want to nail home the points of some of the basic fundamentals in this series. Today we'll be talking about trigger control. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh God, here he goes, he's going to talk about the basic fundamentals of trigger control. Yes, I am. And if you already know this and you don't want to hear about it, you don't have to watch the video. I just find it necessary for us shooters who've been in the business for a long time and have been shooting all of our lives to pass down that knowledge to the next generation or even an older generation that hasn't shot before. That is our duty as Second Amendment supporters or even shooters in other countries. You want to teach other people the positive side about firearms, how to handle them properly, and how to shoot accurately when the time comes.
Trigger control is based around 4 key elements: placement, pull, follow through, and reset. Placement of your finger is very important. You want to be comfortable having it in a position where when you pull the trigger, you're not jerking up, down, left, or right. After you have good placement, you should focus on a nice, smooth, even trigger pull, pulling straight back to the rear of the weapon. Follow through comes after you pull the trigger, making sure you depress the trigger and not reset it until you're ready. Controlling reset after trigger pull is probably one of the most important parts. You want to make sure not to let your finger fly off the trigger like you see right now. You want to control that reset until you're ready to fire.
Okay, so now that you guys know a basic idea about what trigger control is and how to do it, we're going to be shooting at the steel targets 10 yards away, 30 feet. It's a little exaggerated from what you usually want to practice at. 10 to 8 feet away from a target, paper obviously, because you don't want to get that splashback too much, is going to be more ideal for a stress situation. But when you're doing trigger control, you want to aim small, miss small. So by being a little bit further away, it teaches your body to kind of slow down, control your breathing, and control that trigger, which is what we're implementing today. Clearly, in a stress situation, you're not going to be pulling out in target, pushing out in target, and slow squeezing. You're going to be pulling from the hip and almost shooting right from here, which I talked about in a previous Don't Be a Victim series video a long time ago. In this situation, we want to be further away from the target. It allows us to control our breathing and really focus on our fine-tuned motor skills with that trigger control. What it does is it polishes our second nature. That way, when the high-stress situation happens in real life, your fine-tuned motor skills kick in that have been highly polished, and you're going to be more apt to hit your target in that high-stress situation. We're put some lead down range on these steel targets, brought to you by ShootSteel.com. We're going to make sure to really focus on that reset. So when I'm taking my time in between shots, that's what I'm doing. I'm holding back that trigger, not letting it reset until I'm ready, resetting that trigger, and then re-engaging target, trying to keep a bullet-on-bullet placement. All right, so let's do it. Glasses on, ears on. So I'm going to practice drawing from a surrender position, okay, not hands at sides. I'm going to practice from up here. I want to practice that worst case situation. I'm going to draw, pull up to chest, then push out on target, slow trigger pull each time. I'm going to go 3 shots. All right, so bullet placement, hit high, hit a little bit low, hit dead center. So the focusing on that actually adds to the stress. You start to feel yourself kind of shake, you start moving around, and that's common, it's fine. Practice makes perfect. Actually subtract that. Perfect practice makes perfect. If you practice like crap, you're gonna shoot like crap. All right guys, this is Andrew with GY6 Vids. I appreciate you watching Don't Be a Victim. Like I said, these videos are short and compact. It's going to focus on one topic at a time, slowly building people's knowledge about how to shoot properly and the fundamentals they need to go over and focus on to help to become a better shooter. I want to say thank you to shootsteel.com for providing the steel targets for these videos, and also to brasscitymunitions.com for providing the ammo, because there's going to be plenty more shooting here to come on the Don't Be a Victim series. I think I'm going to get a little bit more practice in before I'm done. I'll see you guys Friday. Others how to shoot better. That's going to be an edit. One that went in the eye and in the mouth. Double tap. A lot of the time with these grenade launchers, you have to lob the round in. This allows you to get a better sight picture and actually put your round on target more precise. So all that said, let's get into what you guys came here for. Let's test a few rounds downrange.